So we load into this. A big shout out to yo Dazzy. Oh my god. Dazzy bots? Question mark. Potentially a bot, hopefully not. Welcome, thank you so much for subscribing. Hope you enjoy the content, hope you enjoy the stream, hope you enjoy the Ducklings. Quack, puppy, quack. As we are getting into our second semifinals to determine who faces off against Night Phoenix in the grand finals. Spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the red Protoss player representing Storm Gaming. It is MindelVK. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Protoss player representing Team Little Fairy, his new team actually, no longer on her Cargo T team. It is Shameless. Oh, he's Shameless back. Oh my god, it's Protoss. Ay, ay, ay. Let us go. So we do have our PvP here lying before us. Now this does also confirm that the finals will also be a Protoss versus Protoss, as Night Phoenix is not one to raise change or anything like that. Is lying in wait. And for the time being, we have a 2-gate opener. 2 gateways here from MindelVK. We have 2 gateways from Shameless. You deserve. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, do appreciate it. Do appreciate the support. Join our Discord if you are interested. You can join our Discord server. We do have an exclusive subscriber chat channel where we share our replay packs, and we also again share some other insights here as to what is going on behind the scenes. So if you're interested, you can join our Discord if you're a subscriber, or I mean in general, you can join if you want to interact. Otherwise, alright, getting into this. Again, so far 2 gateways all around. Our second pylon was thrown down in the main for MindelVK. It was also thrown down in the main for Shameless. So there's no proxy, no cheese, not yet. This doesn't mean it isn't going to be an all-in, but it shouldn't be. As for now, it's going to be a double Adept opener here at a Shameless. We do have a Stalker Sentry. Now this makes sense. MindelVK is going to be coming in as the favorite player, so to open up safely like this does make plenty of sense here against Shameless. The power of a Stalker Sentry opener is the hallucination, is to be able to get across the map and scout as quickly as possible to make sure that you're not being all-in and you're not being cheesed. So a very safe way to open up from Mindel. Meanwhile, across the map, we have our Adept opener, and Shameless is looking for economic damage. Now, 2 Adepts, they do one-shot workers. They're going to be threatening the main base, and it's going to be on MindelVK to wall off and to make sure that the Adepts do not get in. As the Adepts are spotted by the Stalker. They're spotted, we're going to be shading over towards the left-hand side. Behind this, it's going to be a Stargate opener, so hyper-aggression out of Shameless is going Adepts for the ground and Oracles for the sky. His goal here, regardless of whether it's Adepts or Oracles, is to get economic damage done. Now, this is not an all-in. We should be expanding. And there it is. The expansion has been taken. So this is just a way to get an economic lead. And there's a lot of pressure on Shameless to get worker damage just because his natural base is so delayed compared to MindelVK. Meanwhile, here comes Hallucination. Hallucination will confirm the expansion and will confirm the Stargate. So now Mindel knows that Shameless is going for Mindel should be getting in position. He's a little bit busy with those Adepts. The main base is looking very vulnerable. Again, he is aware of the Oracles. He has a Sentry, but there's no shield battery. The Oracle does take down the Sentry, going straight for the probes as well. There's no way out. 1 probe goes down. We get 2, we get 3. And we deny so much mining in the main base. 4 workers go down in total. The Adepts do also get shut down, but that was a great start here for Shameless. A lot of damage dealt by that 1 Oracle. And we're not done. We have a 2nd Oracle on the way. 2nd Oracle is moving out. 2 Oracles, they do one-shot probes. Even if there's a shield battery in position, the shield battery cannot save you from 2 Oracles. It cannot out-heal the DPS. And Shameless, he now has a worker lead. He has his natural, he's up 2 probes. He's transitioning into his own Twilight Council. MindelVK will have a blink lead, just because he went for a Twilight Council and not a Stargate. So he will have a small window where he has blink and his opponent doesn't. But outside of that, Shameless is looking to be in a good position. He is up 3 probes. and will eventually catch up in that blink timing. Meanwhile, now Mindel is prepared. Right now we have Stalkers in both mineral lines, but at this point the damage has already been done. And what's scary here is that Shameless still has both Oracles alive. Oh, did I speak too soon? Oh. So he does get the revelation up, does pull back. Behind this, Mindel did throw down a proxy pylon, so he can make use of this just to harass across the map with his own Adepts. There we go, Adepts are being warped in. So this kind of back and forth has begun, where Shameless is looking for damage with the Oracles, MindelVK looking for damage with his Adepts, Shameless taking his third, extending his economic lead, going for that faster third base. Mindel not too far behind with his own. Again, neither player is going for a 2-base all-in. We are looking for the mid-game instead. Shameless, he does come across the pylon, will shut it down. So a good pick off overall. Blink about to finish up. Do have a faster robo out of MindelVK, so with this fast robo we can either get into faster immortal production or just go into detection, into the Warp Prism. There it is, immortals are on the way. So overall I want to say that the army quality is going to be a little bit better here for MindelVK, but he's down in the overall numbers, in the overall supply. Shameless, because he had the better economy, that translates into a larger army for the time being, and he's pushing out. He is moving out. We have a 16 Stalkers to 11 here from MindelVK. And as we distract the army, the Oracles are going straight for the main base, and the main base is not left exposed. Stalkers are in position, the Oracles, they don't do any damage, but the main army of Shameless does take control of the third. We recalled to the expansion. Not too sure if that was what we were looking for. We do dive on top of the Immortal, and the numbers are just in favor of Shameless. He has the better concave. The Oracles, they dive into the natural. 11 probes go down. And we can just go into the main as well. The Oracles, they have more than paid for themselves. We got 12 probes in total. And MindelVK is just being pulled apart. He just cannot keep up. Not with Shameless. Again, we have the better concave. We have the higher numbers here. And GG gets called. Shameless takes game number 1. GG. Shameless popping off here again, having a very strong start to the game and snowballing out of control. The Adept Oracle opener did pay off for Shameless, who was able to take an economic lead. And with that, as he was taking his fourth, was able to apply pressure. And with that, I mean, again, he wasn't all in by any means. He didn't have a Warp Prism. He couldn't reinforce across the map, but he just pulled his opponent apart. Found damage with the Oracles, found damage with the Stalkers, and GG. GG, well played. Shameless, once again, looking good here against some of these more well-known players. Like Mindel, he's on Psystorm, he's on a big team, he's competed in WTL, he streams quite often, and he competes quite often. But he is down in this series, and he needs to fight back here and now to force the ace match. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Hard Lead, we have the red Protoss player representing Psystorm Gaming. It is MindelVK. Spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player representing Team Little Fairy. It is Shameless. And again, Shameless has been looking impressive in recent months. Like, I want to say the last 2 months of StarCraft, like, Shameless has been getting better and better results. He has been going for these deep runs, and we'll see if he can do it again. Meanwhile, if you're in the chat, stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water, or I guess some juice. Ideally water. Take care of yourselves. So we're settling into the second game. Oh, okay, we're good. As Mindel's going to be going for a 2-gate opener, and so is Shameless. Again, there wasn't really anything too special out of game number 1. There wasn't anything too crazy. Remember, Mindel, he scouted the opener. He saw the Stargate, but he was not in position for the first 2 oracles, or the first oracle. Mindel just wasn't able to deal with it. And Shameless, I'm curious where we go from here. Okay, we're just going for a probe scout. we should be throwing down our second pylon. So we go. Second pylon in the main of Mindel. Likewise, second pylon also in the main base of Shameless. No proxies. No proxies from either of our players here. Looking like a standard start to the game. But again, we saw that from here we can go into aggressive follow-ups. Like Stargate play, like Oracles. As interesting, Mindel goes for a double Stalker opener, and so does Shameless. A very different opener compared to game 1, where Mindel was opening up safely and Shameless was opening up aggressively. Here we have pretty standard play. Now the difference here, of course, is that Stalkers, they do give you a lot of map control. Stalkers in a head-to-head fight, they can shut down Adepts. They can, of course, snowball a little bit and punish your opponents if they do open up too greedily. Because you can go 2 Stalker into a 3rd and 4th Stalker as well. Speaking of, we do have the additional Stalkers on the way. A bit of a supply block here for Mindel, so they're going to be delayed. Meanwhile, Shameless going double sentry behind this. Okay, so Mindel will have the stronger army. Shameless will have scouting information. So he is going for the expand. Mindel should soon be as well. Meanwhile, the Stalker is going to be engaging here in the center of the map. Mindel, he does get the better trade though, getting some hull damage. Meanwhile, he only sustains shield damage on his own. So a good trade here from Mindel. Nothing dies, but overall, did have a better fight. Oh my god, and behind this we're not expanding! Okay. I thought it was just a delayed expansion, but no, we throw down a 3rd gateway and a robo. Mindel is going for a 1-base all-in. Let's go. It's all or nothing here. With this robo opener, yeah, we can go for the War Prism, we can go for Immortals behind this, and we are sending everything across the map. It's going to be on Shameless to defend. The turns have tabled. We are going all in. Shameless back at home, going for a Twilight Council opener. Ooh, which means he can work towards Blink, but Blink is not going to be a factor here in the initial defense. We have Hallucination, but the Scout is going to be denied. Kind of. Let's quickly check the vision. So, we didn't see the tech, but we did see the lack of expansion. So Shameless, he should know that something's coming. There we go. Second shield battery's on the way. We cancel the Twilight Council, we throw down the Robo. Good reaction. Very good reaction from Shameless. We need the Robo for Immortals. Now, MindelVK is expanding behind this, but he's still very committed. Again, he is so far behind in the economy. Shameless already has his natural up and running. MindelVK needs to get damage done. And we're going for the main. We are going for the main base. Shameless does get eyes on the Prism. We have the force fields. There we go. The ramp is force fielded. We can recall. Up. As a couple of sentries are slipping in, and there we go. We recall into the main. Pylon going to be going down. Gateways are depowered. MindelVK. Oh, he does miscontrol. The move command. Big move command. 1, 2 Stalkers go down. A big misstep there from MindelVK. Yo. It wasn't a bad start. It wasn't a bad start, but does fumble the ball a little bit there in the control, loses a lot of Stalkers, and with that, Shameless is getting into his Immortal production. So is Mindel, to be fair, but Shameless, he has a better economy. Mindel still hasn't killed any workers. Still hasn't killed any pros, but that is soon about to change. There we go, Prism into the main, Adepts a Shade into the natural. And we're getting a couple of probe kills. 3 workers do go down. But 3 workers is not enough. And the Immortal does arrive. And Shameless, he is still up by 4 probes. Let's go to his Immortals, of course. We're getting into a Twilight Council, into Blink. And back at home, Mindel is transitioning. And the hallucination does confirm that. So big scout here by Shameless. He does get eyes on the saturation on the natural. So Shameless, he's aware that his opponent is expanding and getting into the mid game, which means he knows it's safe to invest. And there we go, Forge on the way. Of course, Blink. From here, we can go into a 3rd base. Shameless should be feeling pretty comfortable. This opener from Mindel has not done enough. He's lost 3 Stalkers so far. He's dipping back into the main though. He's going to get some more probes. Good moment here for Mindel. Gets a probe, forces a lot of lost mining time. Army getting in position. We're going to be bleeding out some Stalkers, but overall, it's a good moment. There's that third base from Shameless. Mindel still only on 2. Does have a pretty hefty immortal count. I'm curious if we go for a gateway explosion and if we go for maybe a +1 timing. We actually haven't started +1. There we go. I was like, we haven't started +1, but we're getting there. But still no third base, still no expansion. And there we go. Mindel throws down 2 more gateways. Did I say 2? 3 more gateways. It looks like this will be a 2-base all-in. Otherwise, these gateways would have been an expansion. Meanwhile, Shameless, after his third base is getting up and running, we are getting to our own gateway explosion as well. We'll see if MindelVK can pull this off. Again, he will have the immortal lead overall. He's going to have a lot of sentries, a lot of force field potential as well. We're investing into glaives, confirming that we are going to be committing very hard to this attack. Glaives doesn't really scale well too much into the mid game, but it's a great way to buffer and help protect your immortals. Like, because your immortals are so gas intensive, we can't really invest too hard into Blink Stalkers. So Adepts are just a good way to help support this army. Gonna be long distance mining. Are we gonna expand? No, sure. I mean, Mindel, he should be aware how far behind he is here. Yeah, we're going. We're sending it, Bobby. Oh, I'm moving out. Okay, looking at the units tab, Mindel, he's up in Immortal. He will, of course, have the Adepts as well. He's up in Sentries. Now, another big thing that can happen here is that he can threaten the main army, and he can choose to shade into a mineral line instead of shading on top of the army of Shameless. Both armies are pretty comparable with each other. Shameless will have the defender's advantage. That is shield batteries plus overcharge. Force fields are thrown down. We do catch some of the army. A good start here for Mindel. Picks up, what, 3, 4 Stalkers. Overcharge is going to be popped. Shameless trying to hold on here. Zel's doing good job buffering. And where are the Adepts? The Adepts are a little bit too late, and we're getting on top of the army. Needs something to support. Immortals are going down. 2 Immortals left. Push on forward within range of the shield battery. Yeah, the overcharge put in a lot of work earlier, and Shameless holds. He does hold. We were lacking that warp, and we were lacking that wall of Adepts. Otherwise, what was the point of Glaives? They come in too little too late. And at this point, we do have more than enough here to hold on. We shut down the Immortals one after the other. GG gets called. The all-in will not break through, and Shameless takes the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Shameless will take it here. Again, Mindel coming in as the more favored player. He's the more well-known player, and Shameless able to pull off the upset here. Game 1, he was the aggressor. Game number 2, Shameless was the defender. He survived the 2-base all-in. He held on, and we're going all the way to the finals. And yeah, really impressive here. Shameless, he made it to the finals of Euro Cup last month in 2023, and now he's here in the finals of the New Year Cup 2024. Oh my god. And that confirms our PvP finals. It's going to be a best of 5 between Night Phoenix and Shameless. Oh boy. Here we go. We have our finals coming up next. For now, we're going to be going on a short break. We're going to be going on a very short break here just so I can refill my water. I'm out of water. So we'll take a moment here to just take a moment, stretch your roaches, hydrate your hydras, massage your marines, and when we come back, we will have that PvP Grand Finals. We'll have Night Phoenix versus Shameless. See you soon. See you soon, man.